The problem with the Sun and Moon show is that Sun got therapy. That is was a problem. Sun didn't need therapy. Sun never needed therapy. That was an excuse the fandom said every time he did something horrible to Moon. The dude didn't only showed empathy towards Moon when Moon was bloody gone. And that said something. That says he's only just showing empathy. He was only just showing empathy just because he was actually just because it was on film. And that's another point. Like Sun has always been good on film. I actually fully believe that he actually controls the camera. And the minute the show started retconning things to just make you guys didn't even see it. You've so thoroughly defaulted to thinking that oh Sunny was a goody two shoes back then. Like you harassed everyone who said otherwise. And well, when you got everything you wanted, you just immediately accepted that how things are. There's proof of how things are. And then after a year of this Sun has old Moon is hinting to come back. But the thing is, they actually built up before he died. They actually built up things that a whole damn bunch of people that could help him if he ever help him recognize that Sun was a horrible person. And then another thing, like, okay, I guess I'll just get into the stuff Sun did before then. He didn't give a shit that he had Moon stuck in his head for years. Like, Moon made a point saying, that's just automatically ignorable, ain't it? They're just never mentioned again. Oh, it's the thing in Sun's favor was shoved down your throat constantly in the show. And that was another thing, like, the things that Moon... There's a whole reason why I think that partial reason why I think Moon's an abuse victim, because there's things in the point in Moon's fate is hardly ever spoken by him, and other than that, he just he just did, and like every time he says them, he just was just being demonized. It's just like you didn't even listen to what it was bloody saying back then, at all, and like. You wasn't looking at how Sun was acting, and then now after he died, a bunch of these retcon just come up. A bunch of these Sunny new stuff is added after they have proven that like they would just change stuff for because the damn fan base was throws a fit about something. You honestly think that the shit after that the shit that happened after Moon got reset, or no, just before it was happening just before Moon got reset. I actually feel like Sun deliberately made him look sympathetic on that live stream, just because he knew that he was gonna kill Blood Moon soon, or he was gonna do something horrible. He knew he had to do that. He knew it, and he just gets a pass. He just gets a pass. Oh yeah, and an Earth came along, and then he uses her to paint himself as a little bit of sunshine. Oh well, just in the metaphor, at least a metaphorical way. We don't really that little, but like it's just like there's just like they can. It's just like this. Just like they literally retconned him into being a phantom version of himself instead of being and it's insulting to me. It's insulting because like he was like straight up because he was an abuser. He was abusing Moon and then Moon only got only a few bits of therapy from his trusted sources from the few friends he had. And now and then he died, and then now he comes back. What does he come back to, huh? Oh, just a group that's just a group that like is biased towards Sun. Just Sun's group that keeps getting passes to act like horrible people. Honestly, I hate this show. I learned to hate it over time due to due to how little they cared, just due to Moon just dying. And all Sun, how everyone ever talked to it is, oh, how Sunny's doing. And then I had the nerve to put the effort, to make the feelings about everything about Sunny like it always had been. Like, oh, and if you think it hadn't been all about Sunny, the whole only reason why Moon tackled his kill code was because, oh, it affected it. Oh, he didn't want to kill Sunny. Oh, he didn't want to hurt, because he felt guilty of hurting, of hurting Sunny while he was in his head, and like it just people ignored that he had to do that. He had to. It's just like oh wow, they just oh yeah, they cut off. They just cut it off. Like oh yeah, it's just like. And now, any sympathy that's going to be done to Moon is going to have to compete with like a year of Sunby being so-called proven even to be kind. While Moon's basic how kind Moon was is completely not. And I actually put a list on Tumblr about that, but like he done way more. He had actively done way more kind shit than Sun did. Of course, no, people are not really gonna see this bloody video very much. Oh yeah, like oh yeah, like oh back a year ago, someone that's copy and pasting the stuff Moon said. I was stressed and desperation to paint him as horrible, that and like. Horrible gets millions of views and like me making a custom song in Moon's favor. Oh yeah, that barely gets 10. Well, it wasn't exactly custom, but still. Anyway, it's just like the fact that this fandom refuses to acknowledge the effect it had on the show, that like how biased it had it, that I fully believe that Sun was actually written to be horrible, that Sun was actually designed to be a horrible person. But as soon as Earth showed up, she just enabled him, and all of a sudden he had a person and a fan base to just convince himself he's a good person as well. And like, do you realize how many abusers actually do that? That like most of them after they did horrible actions, most of them convinced themselves that they're good people. And here's Moon convincing himself he's a bad person straight off the bat. Like, why the fuck didn't people notice he was an abuse victim? Why the fuck? Oh, and another thing, like, everything was way too convenient to convince Sun he was a good person. I'm so damn sure that Sun actually had controls on the camera, and still bloody does. So like, you can't trust anything that's shown on that show. Like, especially when they have shown, maybe in the beginning, it's like the editors or like the cameraman or whatever. Maybe it's just Sun just controlling things. He's controlling what gets put on the internet. But like all of those stuff in the beginning, all of them was just like showing Sun was like way too conveniently saintly in the beginning. Moon was just, and everything Moon did was just caught on camera. Like, well, maybe not everything, but like the fact that, and that's another point on why Moon's the victim, because like, why the fuck would an abuser just let themselves be filmed? At least not deliberately, not like actively, and like everything, like, and then you got Sun just conveniently just think of how he acted back then. Like, oh yeah, he just acted the most stereotypical